Hello everyone, it's SystemCollapse, and this is Enigmatica 2 Skyblock. Hope everyone's having a fantastic day. I'm having a pretty good one myself. We're going to get to this pretty cool pack here. Just kind of hammer things out, get things done, maybe progress a little bit. You'll see around the base, I actually tore it up a fair amount. I'm going to be moving around a lot of machines because we're going to be getting into AE2 auto crafting here. I want to get to power cell here. Oh, I got a good one right here. No, I don't. Let's go down here. I changed all of our batteries over to power cells, so I just wanted to show them real quick. They're from RF Tools, so if you go to power cell, go there, and we'll see these puppies right here. We can duplicate these machine frames with UU matter, so they're really easy to make now. Each one of these can hold 10 million RF, and just take prismatic shards, which is the only really odd thing, and that's just quartz, really, in a reconstructor, and then you're good to go there. And yeah, these things can be set up for wireless power, so that's why I'm using them. You can see there is about 10 million RF in here right now. It's kind of slowly building up. We're still running our base off four solars, so our power is actually pretty struggling. Probably have to set up another gas burning here, and that'll kind of handle that. You do need to grab these power cell cards to kind of get them work, kind of all in the same channel. It's holding 80 million right now because I actually have 8 power cells, and they're just in different places, kind of moving power around, and kind of how I have it here. You need them all in the same channel, so power cell, you put it in this slot right here. It'll get assigned a ID, so this one's ID 1. Then you can put other ones in here. It'll make it the same ID as that one. And yeah, put them all in the same channel. Or you can make another power cell, put it in an empty slot up here. It'll get a new ID. So you can make another kind of channel there. So that is kind of how that works. Up here, I actually worked on a bunch of controllers. So if you go to this ME control, you'll see right here, I crafted these up. These weren't too bad. I made about 16. We're going to need a lot more channels, so I went ahead and made 16 of them. We don't need that many channels. It makes wiring a lot easier the more kind of controllers you have, so I like to have a lot myself. Let's see here. I got the control circuit boards. This is the only really weird thing in here, so I had to take sugarcane, put it through manufacturing, and then, yeah, you actually get this bioplastic. The rest of the crafting was all pretty straightforward, so yeah, not a big deal there. Also went ahead and made a crystal growth chamber and these pattern encoders because they are pretty neat actually. I actually grabbed 2 of them. They do need to be powered, so you can see the recipes here. It's not actually doing anything. But the cool thing about this, so if I went in here and I tried to make an ME controller, it just grabs what I have in the system, right? So if I was trying to make a pattern, which is what these are for, the ME pattern turtles, and tried to, make the pattern, I can't actually make the pattern, even though, I may be trying to autograph the thing I'm trying to very well make the pattern for. I can't set up the recipe until I have one of the items. These encoders make it so you don't need to. I can actually just do that, throw a pattern in there, and then create the recipe. And then I can just autograph from that point on. It just makes getting your patterns much easier. So I'm actually pretty pumped for those. I've never used them before. They're from AE2 stuff. The crystal growth chamber will do your fluix. It'll do your seeds. It'll do all that jazz. It does it at a pretty good pace. Haven't even added speed upgrades yet. Haven't felt I needed it. It is so quick. So yeah, definitely gonna be using that. Gonna be automating that at some point. Up here, I have just some colored cable, and that's just to make these terminals kind of the color I want, which is cyan. So that's pretty cool. I've never really used that very much either. I usually just kind of ignore this kind of stuff, but thought, do things different, man. Also, cable anchors, they are your friend. Use these things. A lot of people don't use anchors. Then they complain about their channels. It makes it so your cables don't kind of mix together, you know what I mean? And I can keep it so these 4 over here are their own little kind of separate line of 8 channels, where if I didn't have these anchors here, all these cables would mix. And there's actually 12 channels with all these interfaces and terminals that I have around here, mostly for aesthetics, but doesn't really matter. It makes it so the lines don't mix, and you don't have to worry about your channels blending. Just kind of do that there, and then you're good to go, man. It's pretty simple here. We're going to automate something here pretty quick. We're going to do patterns. I did make a bunch of patterns here, so right there. But I'm going to show you how to kind of automate that. It's one of the first things I usually automate anyway. So I did go ahead. I made these, the crafting storage and the crafting coprocessor. So we're going to set up our first CPU. It's going to end up moved, so I'm not really concerned. This thing is a multi-block. I'll kind of explain that in a second. We're going to need some cable here. There we go. I'm just going to use some smart cable. Run it from there. You'll see there, it should say 1 channel. So CPUs, even though they're 4 blocks, only count as 1 channel for the entire CPU, and you can make these bigger And you may very well need to, depending on what you're trying to craft, because that's kind of how the crafting storage works. Crafting storage kind of dictates how big of a recipe you can do. So say if a recipe takes 10 steps, then you might need more crafting storage. And then you just you add more crafting storage, and you're good to go. The co-processors, co-processing units, are a little weird in how they work. I guess not really weird, just a little different here. They basically just dictate how many molecular assemblers these can run at once. How many molecular assemblers the crafting storage can actually control at the same time. By default, it's 3. So if I actually broke these, it'd actually stay a multi-block. Let's see. It'll actually only be able to run 3 molecular assemblers or 3 machines. So I think it can basically, 3 molecular assemblers or 3 kind of processing machines simultaneously. And that's kind of how that works there. So yeah, you're going to need those. This is going to make it so I could run 9 simultaneously, which is not something we probably need today. But I'm going to be doing fairly larger ones in between episodes. I just kind of want to get the basic setup here, get some of our basic recipes in, and show people exactly how to do auto crafting here. Next thing I'm going to do here is just set up a little tower for molecular assemblers, which are actually going to do all our auto crafting on 3x3 kind of crafting recipes. So regular crafting grid crafting recipes are done in molecular assemblers. It's kind of their whole purpose in life. Let's do that and grab there. These were actually a little expensive too, the molecular assemblers. I may set up auto crafting for this today because it takes this iron sheet metal, which is one step in itself. But I needed the tier 3 crafters from RF Tools. I had 2 of them for free, but I had to make another 6. And it's just a lot of steps. Just a lot of steps here to kind of do that. So I may set those up for auto crafting. Although, maybe not. We'll see. So anyway, the way the channels work in this one, you can see there it's using 8 of 8 channels. It wouldn't matter if that was dense or not. Only the interfaces take channels. The molecular assemblers don't. So the way the molecular assemblers work are basically... I guess how they interact with the interfaces is each one, so this interface right here is touching 4 molecular assemblers, meaning it can actually kind of do the same recipe simultaneously or different recipes simultaneously based on the patterns that are in here at the same time. But it could only do 4 because it's only touching 4 molecular assemblers. But it's just good to have it kind of all spread out like this, I find. You can put up to 6 on kind of one interface. But I really don't see the benefit myself. I'd rather have more of these doing different parts of recipes simultaneously. Everyone has their own way of setting these up. I usually do these short little narrow towers. It makes it so I can always interact with the interfaces directly and move my recipes around and spread them out, which kind of speeds things up. We'll kind of get into that later as well. The molecular assemblers you can actually interact with in this interface terminal as well, which is actually why I have those, and it's a pretty cool little item. Anyway, let's get to our first kind of recipe here that we're going to automate. And the first one we're going to do, I think, is going to be patterns. So if I wanted to do patterns and kind of autocraft them now, that we have all the components we need, things that I would need. I need the recipe for it itself. So right there, that is the actual recipe for the pattern. But it's also going to need to know how to make quartz glass. So we're going to teach it that really quickly. So there's 2 recipes. Then the last one it's going to need to know how to make Certus. So it doesn't know how to make Certus quartz dust. So let's go to here. Let's go to Certus. Let's actually grab one of these. And we got a pattern here. And we're also going to need a piece of regular Certus as well. Now I'm going to do this one in the regular pattern terminal. And you get a little button here. This is to switch the kind of pattern, what pattern it's doing, between 3x3 crafting, which is crafting pattern, or processing pattern, which is for machines. I'm just going to go like this. I'm just going to do that and that, and then I'm going to go down. That basically just told the pattern that 1 Certus equals 1 Certus quartz dust. Now we just need to set that up in the applicable machine, and that should be pretty easy to do. Probably going to use these macerators here, so probably do that. Let's grab you, and I'm going to change this right here. Well, first I'm going to put the recipe in. Oh, that's not the right one, is it? You can hold shift and see your recipes here as well. So be that there. Going to grab, hopefully, there it is. Our actual tool. I want this arrow pointing up. The reason I want the arrow pointing up is to make it, if I put a chest on either side of this, and it didn't have the arrow. So when you put these down, they're just kind of omnidirectional. It'll try to send items to any direction around it. So if I had a chest here, chest here, chest here, chest here, it'd be hard to, you know, control which way items go. You put the arrow, it's always going to send items up first. I don't have to worry about anything around it. So that's kind of why I did that there. We're going to have to run some cabling, of course, so I could probably run it like that. Probably do a whole bunch of dents here so we can get all 32 channels. Need to figure out where I'm at, because we're going to have to do a fair amount of cabling here. I should probably show you, too, to show you how you know how much RF your system's using, too. Probably be a good idea. We'll do that here in a second. We got our dents. I made this here. This is the network tool. So chest, panel, that, good, whatever. Right-click on pretty much anything from AE. It'll tell you how much power you're using. So you can see right there, it's using 156 RF a tick. So it gives you an idea of what's going on in your system. And this is going to go up as you add more to it. It's just kind of how it works there. I don't think this actually adds much to it, does it? No, that doesn't actually add anything. Anyway, let's go this way. We're going to run our cabling this way. Get it all set up. I guess I don't have to hold shift. I don't know why I am. There we go. And there we go. So we have it where we want. I'm going to have it so we have, you know, 8 channels going this way and 8 channels going that way. I'm only going to worry about this 8 right now. So we're going to do that, and maybe here. And put a smart there, smart there. And yeah, it should show 1 channel. It should see the pattern in the system now. So if I went this way and went Certus and hit the middle mouse button, because I already have some of the system. If you take out, it says craft. But if you just hit the middle mouse, you can just bring up here. This is where you do your crafting from. I could actually tell it to do crafting now. The problem is right now it doesn't know how to return items, so we're gonna have to fix that. Let's go to ejector right there, and I'm gonna make one of these. These are actually from IC2, and actually for IC2 machines specifically. I just need to kind of set this up. Oh, I didn't do this. I'm gonna have to do that again. Let's do that. Let's cut you down. I need to get this onto the bottom of the machine. You gotta hold shift. It's gonna be a little weird with this ring. There we go. You shift and right click, and it sets the ejector to kind of output to a certain side. So now it's set to output to the bottom side, and you can do an entire stack of these at once, kind of configure them at once. But I'm just gonna do the one right now. I'm gonna put that back in there. Sweet. Did I lose my pattern? No, it's right there. Sweet. Let's put you right there. Oh, maybe I did lose. No, it's right there. Okay. Put our pattern in there. Let's cover that up. Let's make that aimed up again. There we go. Hopefully. These things are a little weird sometimes with how you gotta hit them to make them go the way you want. But now, when this grabs a Certus and goes through there, it should get automatically inputted into that interface, and it'll go back into the AE2 system. So that is effectively done. We can actually make Certus now. And we have other recipes. We actually have everything we need for the to make the patterns now. So if I actually... Why do I have 2 of these? Wait a second. This one is for patterns, so let's actually go to molecular assembler. So that there. And I need to see what's going on here, because I don't know what I did. Go to... There? No, you put it there to see the recipe, right? There we go. Allow substitution. I'm actually going to turn off the allow substitution on this as well. Make it so it can only grab this kind of glass. Otherwise, it's going to be any kind of glass. I kind of want it like that. This recipe I'm just going to clear because we don't need it. I don't know how I ended up with 2. There we go. Throw that into a different assembler. It doesn't have to be a different one. It'll just make it faster because we could do both steps at the same time. And yeah, pattern. We should be able to make it now. So let's actually pull out everything we have. Go to 10 of those. And just craft them. And it should just start going. Yeah, there you go. Patterns all willy-nilly, man. Middle mouse and maybe 30. There we go. I wanted to see this. I want to see that it's actually doing Certus quartz, because we had some Certus quartz in there. Let's just make sure this pattern's working here. It's kind of registering. There you go. That's actually working. Let's go here. I think we have some overclockers. We can speed that up. That machine seems louder than normal. Anyway, it is processing. I'll probably throw more overclockers in this in time. It is doing it, man. It's getting us the recipes, and it should be coming in here. You can see here, as it comes in, this number is going to go down. It tells you how many are stored. Every time that hits 5, that should craft one of these, and then crafts a pattern. So that is basically how you do auto crafting with AE2. It is really simple. I know a lot of people get a little overwhelmed by it, but it's really basic, man. It really is. It's really just a tiny bit of channels that I think people get stuck with. But as we go, you'll see me use those anchors more and more. And anytime we have any line that I want to kind of touching another one, it's really the easiest way to do it. It just makes your life so much easier. And okay, the next thing we're going to get to here is actually finishing off the automation of the circuits. So in the processors, right? We kind of set up the kind of manual automation. We're going to do the auto crafting part now. Start bringing in the finished processors and be able to kind of queue them up. To do that, though, we're going to have to do some recipes. So let's grab some redstone. Let's do that. Don't need that much. Silicon. Let's do that. Let's get rid of you or you're going to make a mess. Then all the base components for the processors. So that'd be what? Gold. We're going to have to do... What's the other thing we're going to have to do? The growth accelerator as well, actually. Probably after this, because it's not going to know how to make Fluix once it runs out. It's not going to know how to make pure Certus once it runs out. I want to have this all kind of fully automated. Kind of show the whole process here, just so everyone knows what's going on. That should be good there. Let's actually make our patterns. Do I have my patterns on me? I do. So let's go with 1 redstone, 1 silicon equals. We'll need the actual processors as well. Let's go processor. We'll need just 1 of each. I did 3 stacks of these things too, just to keep ahead of it. Let's do that. Actually, it might have been almost 4 stacks. Let's go and grab the logic. I guess that'll be the first one, logically, and throw that there. That's cool. We'll also need the engineering, so we'll need the diamond. Grab that one. That should be good. And the last one will be the calculation. Then we're good to go, man. Shouldn't be too hard to automate. I think we did pretty much everything we had to before. I should just have to kind of wire it up here. I'm going to get the everything kind of in place here. I was going to go grab an ejector. I don't need an ejector for this. This is an IC2. I need to look at how I have this set up first off. Let's see here. This one has to go away. I can't have an extract line here. Otherwise, it's going to mess up everything. So I'm going to get rid of that one. This is the end, right? Yeah, the finished product is actually going to have a new line. And we'll need a connector. Actually, do we even need a connector? Yes, we do. Let's go get a connector. Get that real quick. Go connector. Grab that. Grab that jazz. I don't know. Why is that one different? I have no idea. That one must have power in it or something. Not going to worry about that. Let's go set up stuff here. Let's throw that down there. Let's get it lined up so it's actually going in the right direction. If it ever decides to go up, there you go. That's going to push all the items from the recipes. So we could actually take the recipes to throw them inside into the crate where they'll get distributed by XNet. Then we need to be able to just pull items out, basically, the finished product. So let's go here. Let's disable that line. We don't need that. And come around here. And I guess we just need 1 more extract line, right? So we need to extract from end into this one. So that should be all we need. Let's go to, I guess, item right there. Let's create that. Let's go to create and set to extract. And it should have to just insert into the ME interface. And that should satisfy it. We'll kind of see here if that works. We do have to get a line of actual channels here, which I'm probably going to... I want to do it the same as this one. I didn't show this too. You could actually cover up these cables. I'm going to probably leave them exposed for myself. But if you make some anchors here, try to grab that. And I'm going to be cutting here anyway. So let's grab a piece of this wood right there. There we go. Do that. You can actually make... I think they're called covers. I think is what they're called. Sweet little covers. Cable facades, maybe. You can take those and you can actually throw them on top of the cables. Put them any way you want. Just break them. Oops. Just break them whenever you want as well. So pretty cool. Like I said, I'm probably going to leave mine exposed. I've also decided I'm going to change my whole floor too, because I'm really not happy with this floor. But anyway, let's get the line here. Get that going. And then work on the growth accelerator. I don't know how that thing's going to automate. I've never automated before. It's a new machine to me. So kind of see how it is on the extract, because it's gonna it can take a lot of items in its slots. And if I don't know if I'm gonna have to use a whitelist or if it's smart. Hopefully it's smart. It's smart. Well, we don't have to worry about it. It'll kind of only let us pull certain things. Otherwise, yeah, I'm gonna have to use a whitelist to tell it to only pull certain things. Anyway, not a big deal. Every kind of mod has its own kind of little finicky ways of doing things, and you just gotta kind of sort it out, figure it out as you go. That is a definite thing. Gonna run a cable under here. Let's go smart. Right there to there. That should be ready to go, I think. I think that's ready. Let's pull out the excess, because I was throwing in like extra redstone and silicon originally. We shouldn't really need that anymore. Let's go. Throw you in. Get out, get out, get out. Let's go to a processor. Let's try logic. If I try to do 5 logics, It looks like it's ready to send everything. Things are going over there, so that's a good sign. That's good. What's this one doing? Oh, it might be done. Hopefully it is. Let's go see if our automation worked. It did. It satisfied the crafting recipe. And yeah, this is where you kind of check. If it's broken, you come and see here. You'll see that it's kind of hung up and you need to cancel it and try to figure out and troubleshoot what's wrong. But that totally automates our inscribers. They're totally done now. We can just call our recipes whenever we please, and that'll handle that. So that is pretty cool. Next one is going to be this puppy. Let's grab you. There we go. Did we get it? We did. And I need to figure this one out because I literally have no idea. So it's going to need power. So we're going to have to get some cabling down here. That wire right there is kind of in the way. I'm going to have to break everything all willy-nilly. That and that. And see what's going on here. I guess we're going to need an interface, so I might as well just get it in place. Interface is going to sit like right there. And again, we're going to aim that up. Hopefully. Maybe. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Usually, this is the way I usually do it. You can get behind them. Let's break that. It usually works the first time when I do it like this. Like that. Go down. Hit it once. Yeah, pointing straight in the opposite direction that you hit it. So that is the only consistent way I know of doing that. Anyway, we're going to break that power cable. We're going to let that fall to the abyss. I'll have to kind of replace that in a second here. Smart cable. Let's go right there. And right there. So that one should have power now. We're going to have to figure out some recipes. That shouldn't be too bad. I first want to grab that conduit though. And okay, the next thing we're going to do here is actually make another item called the charger. Another machine. It's going to make it so we can actually charge up Certus into charge Certus. Kind of just do it that way. The pure Certus. I don't know why I have all these on me. I have to make some recipes here. Let's go ahead and get them done. Let's go throw you in there, I guess. Let's go to seed. We're going to need it's the Certus quartz seed. We'll need one of them. These are going to make our pure Certus, so I'll handle that. The pure Certus needs Certus. It already knows everything else, so it's actually good. I actually take that one and just throw that into anywhere. Kind of get rid of that. That'll handle that. It's going to need to know how to make charge Certus, so let's grab... Don't need you or you. Or you. Let's grab Certus. Grab a Certus and a charged. Kind of get rid of them. Then kind of set up that recipe really quick. Could you go away? That'd be great. One charge Certus equals... Nope, we got that backwards. One Certus equals one charge Certus. So there's another recipe for us. That's cool. Next one we're probably going to need is, I guess, Fluix. Fluix dust is going to be one, because it does know how to make Fluix dust right now. So let's go ahead and tell it that one Fluix dust equals one Fluix, hopefully. There we go. Sweet. That should handle that one as well. And we need one more recipe here. I'm trying to remember what it is. Oh, the actual Fluix. We should probably teach it Fluix. Let's go, I guess it's charge Certus. One charge Certus equals a redstone. Sorry, it should be one Fluix does that. But anyway, that and a nether quartz. Get this done, man. Get all this base automation, then you can get onto the fun stuff. This is thus the AE2 stuff, just to make your life all around easier. Otherwise, you're crafting this stuff by hand forever. But anyway, that, and this equals 2 Fluix, I believe. So let's grab, I guess, 2 of them. Like that. Clear that out. Just get that recipe in there. And that should be all we need for that one. So let's do that. So get rid of you. Throw in a pattern. And sweet. Awesome. Okay, so this one here, the actual dust, this is going to go into the base raider. So we'll do that one. This one over here, the charge Certus, is going to go into the charger setup. And this one's actually going to handle in here, the ambient interface. We should be able to test this on a small scale. Let's go see if we can make 10 Fluix really quick, just to make sure that recipe is working. Let's go here, Fluix. Oh, I haven't set up export yet. I'm going to have to do that. Let's actually do that first. Let's set up the charger and the export. I did not grab import buses. We're going to need 2 of those. It shouldn't be too big a deal. Let's go import. Maybe import. That'd be fantastic. Maybe some sticky pistons. Can you get off the pink slime? I'd really rather not grab pink slime. Anything but that. There we go. Let's grab you. And those will need to do annihilation cores. Grab those puppies. Then hopefully, finally, 2 of these. Awesome. So there's our import buses. We're going to head over here to the growth chamber. We're going to need 1 on the back for that. I did have to run a line of power too, so I changed the cable just ever so slightly. But this thing wasn't actually getting power, so it actually needed a cable directly on the back of it. Must be just an AE2 stuff thing. But anyway, I'm going to throw that there. Device missing channel. That should kick in. There we go. And that's just going to tell it to pick up the items when they're done. So, in theory, we should be able to grab our Fluix here. Let's go ahead and see if it at least knows that part of it. Go here. I tell it to make 20. Tell it like that. Oh, it is flashing. There you go. Oh, it's importing really slow, though. That is not acceptable. So let's go ahead and make some acceleration cards. Acceleration. Maybe we'll automate that recipe super quick, because it should only take a second here. Let's go acceleration. There we go. That's fine. And what is the other part of that? I need the advanced card. That's fine. Sweet. And we just drop those recipes in here somewhere. So we'll put... Why did I get double recipes? Anyway, not worry about that. That's the acceleration and that. And that card doubling thing, or I guess recipe doubling thing, must be how you kind of pull things out of here. I'm not sure what's doing that, but it keeps happening. And I don't like it. Anyway, let's go acceleration. Let's craft like 20 of those. Anything that it takes that it matters? Not really. Gonna do that. Acceleration. There's a whole bunch of them. I can start just throwing those on AE2 stuff. So make those really easy now. That's pretty cool. And then speed that up. And I'm going to speed up this. And it's going to make it so grab things quicker, which is kind of what I'm going for. So sweet. So that handles that. Next thing we're going to do is handle the charger. The charger is a little finicky, I guess is the way to say it. Let's grab a interface. Throw it up there. Now we want this pointed down, hopefully. Where's the arrow? There we go. Pointed down. And it's going to go through the top. I think when you use an interface, I'm pretty sure it has to go into the top or the bottom. But if you use a hopper, I don't think it matters. I think it can go to the sides. So that's why I was calling it finicky. But anyway, let's go here. Let's go down here. Let's throw a, I guess a import bus, maybe? Nope, that totally messed up everything. I'll be happy when I have a proper ring here. Or a proper flight, I should say. Because this flight is a little wonky. Anyway, that's that. We will need a cable down there as well, I suppose. Might want that. That should handle that just fine. And we should be able to throw in the recipe for the charge service now. All that's going to happen is the charge service is going to come in here, go into the charger, hopefully get pulled out the bottom. And maybe it has to be the side. We're actually going to find out. Let's go here and go to charged. See if we can make about, I don't know, like 30 of those. Sweet. Kind of see if this goes here. Hopefully everything's going. Looks like it. Why are you getting 0 RF again? Aw. 0 RF. Why wouldn't you have power? There's no good reason for you not to have power right now. I'm trying to think of a reason why this would be finicky. Yeah, I can't see a reason at all. Maybe we'll go take a look here. Let's go here. Let's go to charged. Yeah, it crafted 1 by the looks of it. And that doesn't make any sense. Because it should be getting power from there or there. Let's try this different. Let's try this. I can't remember. Maybe this is one of the finicky things I couldn't remember about. Let's go and throw it right here. Power right there. Yeah, see, now it's changing. So it needs the import bus actually on the side. Right? Huh. So it needs to be charged to the bottom or the top. That's what it looks like. And that should satisfy the recipe now. So let's go see here. It's probably just making them all, kind of finish them up for us. It is. It's just making them. That's what we want to see. And did we test the Fluix yet? I think we did, but I want to test the big batch of it. Kind of get that done. Let's do that. If I want to make 100, we can do it all. It's going to have to craft up some more charge service, but that's fine. It's waiting on the CPU, though. That is a little unfortunate. I guess I'm going to have to wait. I can't do it right away. Everything's working, though, so that is actually pretty awesome. We have our charger kind of automated here. It is really finicky. I guess I'll keep saying that. I think the interface has to go on the top. It looks like power has to be on the bottom. Then you want to pull from the side because that's what you have left open. So yeah, a little strange here because it wasn't passing power through the import bus or the interface, which is a little strange because most AE things, they just touch, right? Same issue with the growth chamber. it actually wanted to have a connection here. Well, this one looks like it's working now. Maybe it's not. I'm curious if it's actually getting power now with that setup. No, it's not getting power. This is so frustrating. How can you do that? Because if I did this right, it's going to get power instantly. Yeah, I have no idea. I'm going to have to figure something out. Maybe I'll move it. But I have all the patterns made. I just need to kind of get it laid out. It looks like I'm going to need one more open side to be able to do it right. Or I could even do this and facade it. So yeah, I'll probably do something like that. Get it sorted out. And yeah, we automated pretty much everything. I am going to be moving this stuff. So like these crafting storage, I'm probably going to be sitting right in front of here somewhere. And these molecular assembler towers, I'm going to probably be sitting kind of in the quarters here around 4 sides. And kind of do it that way. Then we'll pretty it up and get the progress, man. Get the stuff going. But I think I am going to wrap this one up here. Probably what I'm going to do if I can actually get there. So yeah, I'm going to end this one here. So as always, if you guys like this video, please hit that like button. If you really liked it, hit that subscribe button. It is always appreciated. Well, guys, I'll have a good one. I'll see you guys next video. Later.